Alright, so as you should be aware, the Kid Leroy concert is this Friday, and the skins drop tomorrow, which is the 26th of January, Thursday. So I already did a full gameplay and review on the Kid Leroy. I got the white version. This is just the Kid Leroy, that's his name. And then there's a jet black version with a cape, and that's the Rogue version. So if you want to check out my review on this one, I will link it in a pinned comment. However, there's one thing I forgot to mention. So both bundles come with a separate emote, and the one I got is right here, Heart of a King. And it does play an unreleased song, and it's really, really clean, but of course it's copyrighted. So the description says, take a love, parentheses, seat again. So I did show this off in the video yesterday, and it is traversal. It's fluently animated, looks really, really clean. And you kind of just hover around on it. It's pretty cool. You can see him bobbing his head, moving his fingers a little bit, and his feet are kind of kicking to the beat as well. It's really, really clean. But what I failed to mention is that it has a hidden feature. So some emotes can show gender, so to speak. And what I mean by that is that for males, it'll do something, and for females, it'll do something different. And that's exactly what this one does. Heart of a King can pretty much determine gender. So as you can see, Kid Leroy is a male, and he sits like this. He's got one leg outstretched all the way down, and the other one propped up with his hands on both. Okay, so let's go to a female character. Let me go to my favorite one in the entire game, my personalized Maya. So if we equip her and do the emote, she will sit differently. Watch this. So she kind of crosses her legs there a little bit. Not at the knees, but near the ankles. And instead of propping her hands up, she's kind of resting them on her thighs. Now, she's still humming along to the music and bobbing her head, kicking her feet a little bit, but clearly the legs are positioned differently for a female. So how cool is that? I love when there's unique and almost secretive features to an emote. Now, we've had this before. For example, there's another emote, I think it's called Have a Seat. It's either Have a Seat or Take a Seat. I always forget. Have a Seat, okay? So just in case you've never seen this before, for a female character, she will cross her legs and fold her hands on top and kind of twiddle them a little bit. See it one more time. Legs crossed, hands up. Okay. And then for a male character, they will have a seat and put one leg over the other. That's how I used to sit in school all the time. And you know what? I remember distinctly in home ec class. That's the one where you bake stuff. I was sitting like this, and this real butt-faced beaver guy just looks over at me. He's like, why are you sitting like that? He was trying to make fun of me for crossing my leg like that. I was like, are you kidding me, bro? I mean, I used to sit like that all the time. And that's one of my preferred sitting positions, with one leg crossed over like that. So that guy tried to make fun of me for it. I will never forget that for some reason. Now, this one doesn't always work up to par. For example, Penny. Let me go to Penny. I just found this out the other day, and I was just blown away. But Penny clearly is a female. I love Penny. However, when you do have a seat, look what happens. She sits like a guy. And that just blew my mind, because I thought every female character in the game would cross her legs, but clearly not true. So let's try Miss Penny with the brand new Kid Leroy one and see what happens. And she sits like a female. So I don't know. Have a Seat is clearly broken, but this is a great indicator of male or female. So, what was that skin that just came out where everyone was freaking out? Oh yes, the Rift Warden Stellan. So with this character, you can see that a lot of people thought he was a girl because of her face there. And so I tried to prove that with Have a Seat, and I said, well look, he puts his leg over like that, and that's when people were like, but Penny does as well, and she's a female. So I guess my tests were inconclusive. However, since we know the Kid Leroy's emote works, let's take a look now. Sits like a dude. It's a guy. 100% confirmed right there. That is the guy position right there. Just kind of cool to have these secret attributes for emotes. So there's another emote called Teth's Throne. And
Black Adam movie.
Yes, from the Black Adam movie. And this also will reveal gender. So as you can see, a male will sit kind of with his, I want to call that a man spread right there. But let's go to a female character.
Maya.
And you can see that she is going to sit differently there. Pretty cool. So there's a few emotes out here that do that. Actually, let's try Penny in that one. Let's see if she sits like a lady. Yeah. So long story short, we learned two things here. Have a Seat is not very revealing when it comes to gender in Fortnite, as most people thought. And the Kid Leroy's Heart of a King emote will work just fine as well, if you want to check a gender. So there you go. A secret attribute or feature to this upcoming emote. Remember, it comes to the game tomorrow, January 26th. And it is copyrighted, so remember, if you're a content creator, to adjust your settings when running this emote. There you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code,
which is Tabor time.